What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is LaBelle. Today, my friends, we're talking icon swaps. Who you need to pick up, who's gonna fit your team, that deals with your needs, your wants, who you appreciate, maybe your fandom. If you enjoy it, drop a like. If you agree or you disagree, that's why we have the comment section. And I'm gonna give you a bit of an overview of each player before giving you that top 5. On screen, what do we have? Icons on deck. Litty. Extra litty. Super litty. 91 overall. Only gonna run you 6 tokens. Cheap. And from my experience, and it's very important to take this into consideration when you're looking at making icon pickups. Has that icon performed well in the current FIFA installment? Ask yourself that question. Has that icon performed well in previous FIFA installments? And if it's a prime moments icon, do you believe that prime moment icons have been a big upgrade from some of the previous iterations, previous foot items? I guess 3 questions you gotta ask. If you're not gonna complete a lot of the icon swaps, this could be an option for you. Are you gonna be extra excited about grabbing Littmanen? Probably not. Is he able to do the job if you're in need of a center attacking mid? Sure. Can he bring together the squad with those icon links? Sure. And he has a 95 for finishing. I'm not jumping off a bridge in order to use Littmanen, but he is of good value if you're looking at 6 tokens. Even as a casual, that is possible, and you can throw him into the team. Trezeguet. This is gonna be a hard or soft pass. 71 agility for a striker? No, absolutely not. No. Don't care about the other stats. And he's not gonna be someone who can facilitate. You can only use him in a team that's kind of built around him, that's gonna allow him to finish those 1v1s. Kind of Ruud Van Nistelrooy-like. That style of player just doesn't really work in FIFA. Gattuso, short and sweet. You're gonna have better center mids and holding mids than Gattuso. Even right now, currently, there are better pickups that give you more of a balanced procedure. There's one thing I would like to stress about midfielders this year. Even if they're your holding mids, they're your defensive mids, they still need to be box to box. They have to be able to step into space. It progresses the attack. It makes it easier for you to find gaps, and your opponent has to respect that he can score goals or to provide, to be an asset, has the skill moves, the creativity. It needs to be an option. And I'm really putting this out there for you guys that play a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2 formation. Center mids have to be viable options offensively. Michael Laudrup. And we're gonna revert back to some of those questions that I issued at the beginning of the video. Has Laudrup shown up in past FIFA installments? Not really. FIFA 20 hasn't been his year. But I will say this, if these statistics are real, they're authentic, between the pace, between the passing, between the dribbling, you got a lot of greens. Especially if that 86 finishing is the real deal. Holy field. That's not gonna be a liability for you, and what you're investing and what you're receiving on the back end looks great on paper. I'm still a bit of a skeptic, but if we're comparing the paperwork, looks good. Julio, I love the man. Definitely appreciate him on the real pitch. However, his skill set doesn't necessarily translate on the virtual pitch. I know, 94 overall. Prime moments Julio. But I don't like his passing, don't care about his shooting. The biggest concern is that dribbling, the agility, the balance. He's still gonna turn like he's stuck in ground, operating as a tree, brick and mortar. He's not moving left, he's not moving right, and when he is roasted, he is toasted, he is out of the play. He is burnt. There is no recovery. And he's not the biggest of center backs whatsoever. So you don't even get that type of presence when you're looking at a center back partnership. Prime icon pack. I feel like this has good value. Of course, luck of the draw. You say, hey, the EA gods hate me. I'm not going to pack anything good. Fine. I understand. But for 9 tokens, is it worth taking a chance? Sure. If you feel lucky, go for it. It's St. Patrick's Day as this is being recorded. Mr. Overmars. Maybe one of the more underrated, underappreciated icons, because we all stress the need or the desire for your wingers to have the 4-star skills. But remember, Overmars does have a 5-star weak foot, and a lot of you guys that are preaching that you need those 4-star skills don't even use 4-star skill moves. So maybe you need to backtrack. Think about it for a second. I've used this foot item in multiple drafts. Zooming, turns on a dime. And I say that to make an argument on his behalf that at 10 tokens, you could actually get someone who's gonna be prime time for you. And even when you're looking endgame, he could be a super sub. Ruud Gullit. I know it's the baby iteration, and we're all after the mid, the prime moments. I understand. We're on the same page. Still 6'3", 5-star weak foot, doesn't have the skill moves, put the correct chemistry style, everything looks green. Could he work for you? That's the question. There are a lot of central midfielders in this year's installment that get the job done. Period. Frank Lampard doesn't fit the meta. I'm not excited. He's not someone I need to have. And that's how I feel when I'm looking at the investment of tokens to player usability, just fitting everything that really suits this year's installment. I think he's going to leave you asking questions. Maldini kind of has me torn because he does have such a rich history being dominant, not only good, not only great, but top tier. Of all the center backs, real life, virtual pitch, it always translates. We've already seen many center backs issued that are at this very high tier. They're interchangeable. You can pick and choose who do you like best. And that's kind of the argument you have to bring up. How many other center backs are available that could do a similar job, and what are they gonna cost you? Woof. 91 overall. Kaka. I like this. Top to bottom. Had the pleasure of using this man this year. Had him in the starting 11. King Kenny Dalglish. This is where we talk about proven. In FIFA 20, is this man proven? All versions, all iterations, every single foot item that has been released with King Kenny, you get a stamp of approval. So you know what you're buying here. You know what you're going to get on the back end. You know the investment. We've seen him used by many pro players, whether it's the weekend league, rivals, even qualifiers. King Kenny, certified. Ian Rush, his stats look good to go. He should be premium quality, but none of his previous releases feel that way. If you've gone up against them, if you played with them, I'm on the fence. I get it. I'm looking at the same stats you are. I get it. But if you're telling me I can go with a sure thing, such as King Kenny Dalglish or Ian Rush, Dalglish it is. No brainer. Oof. Dennis Bergkamp should have 5-star skills. EA, make that happen. This man, 5-star skills. The touches, the intricacies, everything he's always been able to do on the pitch. And I've had the pleasure of using this item. Definitely the real deal. He's a specialist. He's going to fit into a certain role or a certain team. If you have the right players around him, you're going to get everything you asked for with Dennis Bergkamp. And I really rate his finishing. Both feet, finesse shot, curve, outside of the box. And not many players give you consistency when you're looking to score from outside the box. Bergkamp is one of those. Of course, his touches are going to come with a certain level of class, a certain reliability. You are investing a lot when you're looking at your tokens. You're not going to be able to make a bunch of combinations here. Kelme, going to be a skip. I don't even know why they threw him into the mix. At least not at this price point. I love the guy. It doesn't make sense. It's not logical. The more that I look at the Maradona foot item, I analyze it, we open it up for discussion. When you've got the likes of Messi that can do a better job, let's go get Messi. T, one of those guys on paper, looks perfecto. He should be everything you could ever ask for in the midfield, especially for a holding mid. And he does cover that ground. He will sit on top of the back line and be that defensive force. I'd still rather have Vieira though. Offensively, I don't like Petit this year. Takes forever to step into space. His turns are slow. When he's shooting, it feels as if he's Sonic the Hedgehog. He's winding up to take a shot, whether it's outside the box, inside the box, everything gets blocked. So it doesn't really matter that he has an 85 for shooting. You're not going to get a chance to score goals with him. Fabio Cannavaro, yes, absolutely. Worth the investment indeed. Pace on pace on pace, and he's going to turn beautifully. The only downfall, it's obvious. He's not a big center back. So if you need someone who's going to have a lot of size, there might be a better viable option for you. But other than that, everything's good to go. Carlos Alberto, guaranteed endgame. You will never need another right back in FIFA 20. Ever. It'd be nice if he had 4-star skills. That's okay. We're starting to nitpick at this point. Give him a hand clap. Welcome him into the starting 11. Garrincha, similar to Maradona. Just go get Messi. If you want to have this very small, detailed, tiki-taka, quick turning, fast moving specialist is the word that I like using for these types of classic number 10s, you only need one on the pitch. Saving the best for last? That might be debatable, but Zidane, 5-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves. He can play as an attacking mid. He could be a holding mid. He's got enough size to still give you a certain presence in the midfield. You notice him, you're trying to avoid running into his path, has a certain smoothness to him. Based on the overview, I'm sure some of you at this point have a good idea who's going to be in my top 5, but we're still going to run through it. This is not listed in order. I'm not taking into consideration combinations. I'm just going best available as is. We're looking at a singular pickup. Disclaimer made. Kaka, Brazilian, you know what you're going to get. I've used them. I really had a great time with them. And it's rare that you have players that are taller that still have the ability to turn, to do the skill moves, high agility, and you actually feel that agility. A lot of players struggle with the balance and opening up space and still being really smooth and agile with their sidestepping capabilities as they get taller. For me, Kaka does not fall into that category. That's why he's in my top 5. King, Kenny, and Dalglish. He's just too reliable. He's consistent. Proven. Put him into the starting 11. Enjoy. Cannavaro. You're going to get a center back that just moves a little bit different. There shouldn't be anybody that's better with mobility than Cannavaro. So as long as you can get used to height restrictions, everything else is going to be spectacular. Carlos Alberto, maybe the only player out of all the icons being released that is guaranteed endgame. You will never need another right back. Done deal. Zidane has to be there, and this might be unpopular opinion just because of the grind, and I might be speaking from my heart here, but at the end of the day, most of us probably can't afford to pick up any of the variations of Zidane, so this might be your chance. 5-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves, kind of gives you the complete package in the midfield, regardless of which role you use him in, whether that's a holding mid, a box-to-box, or even an attacking mid. He's capable. Or if you want to get cheeky, you could play him as a center forward in more of a false 9 role. Thanks again for watching. Let me know what you think. I'll have a lot more content coming for you ASAP. And if you want to check out the previous video or whatever YouTube recommends, it'll be on screen as I'm speaking right now.